He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation, while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul.
नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो सर्वभूतप्रियाय नमो सर्वहितकराय नमो परात्पराय So good morning everyone. Welcome. स्वागत है आप सभी का to this session where we'll be talking about the three specific Apara, Para and Paratpara. But before we jump into that space, let us first invoke that energy which is running behind all this. So all of you are requested to just close your eyes . Namami Shamishana Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं चिदाकाशमाकाश भासं भजेऽहम् निराकार ओंकार मूलं तुरीयम् गिरा ज्ञानगोती मिशं गिरीशम् कराळं महाकालकालं कृपालं गुणागार संसार पारं नतोऽहम् तुषाराद्रिशङ्काशं गौरं गभीरम् मनोभूतकोटि प्रभाश्रीशरीरम् स्फुरन्मालिकल्लालिनी चारुगङ्गा लसब्दातबालेन्दु कंठे भुजंगा चलत्कुण्डलम्बुश्रुनेत्रं विशालम् प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालम् मृगाधीशचर्माम्बरं पुण्डमालम् प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रचण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डम् अजं भानुकोटि प्रकाशम् त्रयशूलनिर्मूलं नीलं शूलपाणि भजेऽहं भवामि पतिं भावगम्यम् कलातीतकल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्ददाता पुराति चिदानन्दसन्दोह मोहापहारी प्रसिद्ध प्रसिद्ध प्रभु मन्मथारी न यावत् उमानाथ पादारविन्दम् भजन्ति हलोके परे वा नराणाम् न तावत् सुखं शान्ति संतापनाशम् प्रसिद्ध प्रभु सर्वभूतादिभाषम् न जानामि योगं जपं नैव पूजा न तोऽहं सदा सर्वदा शम्भुतुभ्यम् जराजन्म दुःखोदितातप्यमानम् प्रभु पाहि आपना ममामि शशम्भु रुद्राष्टकमिदं प्रोक्तम् विप्रेण हर्तोषये ये पठन्ति नरा भक्त्या तेषां शम्भु प्रसीदति। Shivam Shivakaram Shantam Shivatmanam Shivottamam Shivapurna Paripraktam Pranamami Sadashivam Pranamami Sadashivam Pranamami Sadashivam. While these names of the divine are still ringing in the ears, and as the me, the true self, is settling down, absolutely merged into the divine ecstasy, as if somebody has mixed some honey into the ears and poured it. The words become sweeter. The internal transformation happens, and it feels as if we are just there. And what could have been a better way to begin this day's session? For this day, I've created a small little story. A story where you all have transcended this, but it might be just a reminder for many of us. So here, I would like to narrate a small little story, which you can hear with your opened eyes, which you can hear with your closed eyes, whichever way is feasible for you. Because the title of the story that I've kept is The Dance of Life. And as every story has, there should be a plot, there should be a character, there should be a sequence through which it unfolds. And then ultimately, it's a realization. So this little beautiful story, as I said, might be very simple, but certain words in it, certain places, there might be a realization dawning upon all of us again. एक अद्भुत पुनः उस स्थिति के साथ जोड़ने का मौका सरल तरीके से शब्दों के माध्यम से उस परमात्मा के साथ जुड़ने का. And as every story begins, once upon a time in a small village which was nestled among lush green mountains, there lived a young woman named Maya. She was known for her gentle nature and radiant smile that could light up the darkest corners of anyone's heart. And as we all remember our childhood, it also feels like the same space. But beneath her joyful facade, Maya carried a profound sorrow. उसके सारे हंसी, सारे खुशी, सारे मुस्कुराहट के पीछे एक गहरा दुख था। ये दुख क्या था? Years ago, she lost her parents to a tragic accident, leaving her feeling abandoned and alone. Her grief and sense of loss consumed her, and she struggled to find meaning in life. She yearned for a deeper understanding of herself and the world around her, seeking solace in spirituality. देखिए, हमारे जीवन में कई बार कई तरीके के दुख, दर्द, तकलीफें आ जाती हैं, और उस जगह से हम जब अपना मार्ग ढूंढना शुरू करते हैं, और जब संसार के तरफ हमको मार्ग नहीं मिलता, अचानक हमारे लिए एक नया रास्ता खुल जाता है. A new door opens when the doors of the world are closed, and that door leads us towards the realm of seeking solace in spirituality. But as you move towards spirituality, the grace also comes to you. आपके ऊपर उसकी करुणा की दृष्टि भी पड़ने लगती है. If you all remember, I said that the devil is not worried about you until you reach to a threshold where you are moving out of its boundary to the boundary of the divine. But at the same time, when the devil gets activated because it looks as if you are going to go beyond its boundary, I think the grace of the divine also falls on you, because what it is seeing is you are coming closer to his boundary. So as grace has to dawn, one day Maya, while wandering into the village, she went into a forest. And deep in the forest, she stumbled upon an old temple. पुराने मंदिर में चली जाती है. Hidden amidst trees, बिल्कुल जंगल के बीचों बीच पेड़ों से घिरा हुआ. And just by looking at that temple, she felt the intriguedness towards it. उसे उसको जानने का, समझने का बहुत इच्छा हुआ. And she stepped inside, feeling an inexplicable connection with the ancient walls. वो अचानक जैसे उस मंदिर के अंदर जाती है, उसको एक अद्भुत खिंचाव, एक अद्भुत समानता, एक अद्भुत, मानो जैसे उस मंदिर के बारे में सब कुछ जानती है. A connection with the ancient walls. Within its hollowed walls and halls, she saw a monk sitting and meditating. She met an old monk named Ananda. And just by looking at her, Maya knew that this yogi Ananda was filled with wisdom and was sparkling. When Maya reached out to her, Ananda sensed the presence of someone and he opened his eyes. And the moment Ananda opened his eyes and looked at Maya, he could sense the pain that Maya has been going through. And he decided to help Maya and guide her on a journey of self-discovery and healing. Slowly, Ananda started teaching Maya, and he explained the true awakening that is required. which needed to embrace both joy and sorrow. As life's dance weaved these emotions together, because जीवन जो है ये दोनों परिस्थितियां आपके सामने लेके आता है और यही उसका नृत्य है। और यही नृत्य को जो उसने अपना लिया उसको आत्मबोध का मार्ग खुलने लगता है। Maya agreed to be his student and eager to learn the secret of living an amazing life, she followed Ananda. As the days turned into weeks, Ananda taught Maya the art of meditation, the power of gratitude, and the importance of letting go. They both would sit under the moonlit sky and he would share inspiring stories from his own life filled with both triumphs and hardships. आनंद अपने जीवन की कहानियां उसको सुनाता और उसको समझाता. One night, as they gazed at the stars, Maya opened her heart and spoke of her deep pain, fear, and loneliness. Ananda listened with compassion and gently told her, "Your suffering is like the dark clouds that temporarily veil the stars. Look beyond the clouds and you will find the eternal light of your spirit." It is worth repeating again for all of us. Your suffering is like the dark clouds that temporarily veil the stars. Look beyond the clouds and you will find the eternal light of your spirit. This simple words, yet profound and ripened with wisdom, stirred something within Maya's soul. And again, as days turned into months, Maya began to embrace her emotions and surrender to the flow of life. She understood that life's challenges were not meant to break her, but to shape her into a stronger, wiser person. Then she started her practices through self-reflection and mindfulness. And by doing so, Maya discovered that her true essence was not defined by her past or her circumstances. She realized that life's beauty lied in the present moment, and each day offered a new opportunity for growth and love. As Maya's heart opened to the beauty of life, she found her purpose. What is this purpose? As many of us still struggle with that, Maya, by the grace, she found her purpose. And the purpose that she found is in spreading hope and joy to those around her. She found happiness in helping others. She started volunteering at the village school, teaching children to dance and sing, sharing her gift of bringing smiles to their face. Remember, my dear friends, sharing your gift of bringing smiles to the faces. And as Maya continued doing this, word of Maya's transformation spread like wildfire. And people from all the neighboring villages came to seek her wisdom. The once sorrowful girl had become a beacon of light. Let me repeat. The once sorrowful girl had become a beacon of light, guiding others on their journey of self-discovery. One evening, as Maya was sitting beside a temple pond, a small little young girl approached her with tearful eyes. The girl shared her own tale of loss and despair, seeking solace and answers. Maya embraced her warmly and said, "Your pain is valid, my dear, but know that this is not just the end of your story. Embrace your emotions, learn from them, and then let them go. Life's dance carries us through both dark and bright moments, but it is in finding the rhythm within that we truly live an amazing life." Let me repeat. Life's dance carries us through both dark and bright moments, but it is in finding the rhythm within that we truly live an amazing life. In that moment, that young girl felt profound shift within her heart. She left with a newfound hope, just as Maya once did when she met Ananda. In this beautiful dance of life, Maya discovered a profound connection to something greater, the essence of existence itself. As she shared her light with the world, she learned that the path to true spiritual awakening lay in embracing life's joys and sorrows. And by doing so, she found serenity and the art of living an amazing life. So here, the simple little appearing story that I was just sitting in the last evening and just my hands rolled over the keyboard and this came out. And I said, like, this is for kids. But I see kids. Not only kids, smiling kids. But I believe like sometime we need reminders. Reminders what life is all about. A reminder that it is not just the end. A reminder where you also realize that it is not just about learning. It's about going beyond that, teaching somebody else, passing on. And you see the character's name in the story. One is Maya, the second is Ananda. Maya is always worried. Maya is in deep pain. Maya is in sorrow. But what brings it out was Ananda, the true consciousness. Sat, Chit, Ananda. So I believe like this has already taken you to this, till your ears are filled with divinity by now. So let us cover the rest of your head also with that. So the topic that we have taken up today. And today, anyhow, we knew that Alibaji will be joining a little late. So I have written the story. So I will post the story today. So need not worry. The same story will be posted. Okay. So now, the topic that we have taken is, what is the topic, Ushaji? Apara, परा, परात्परा, त्रिगुणात्मक शक्ति। ओके, अगर आप त्रिका, जो कश्मीरी शैविज्म का जो शाक्तो पार्ट जो है, त्रिका जिसे कहते हैं, उससे मैं थोड़ा भिन्न बताने वाला हूं। एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टेल इट इन अ वेरी सिंपल वे सो दैट एवरीबडी गेट्स इट। त्रिका फिलॉसफी में क्या होता है कि तीन चीजों के बारे में बात की जाती है। उसमें कहा जाता है परा, परापरा और अपरा। ठीक है, त्रिका के हिसाब से कहा जाता है परा जो है वो सर्वश्रेष्ठ है, परापरा जो है वो उससे थोड़ा नेक्स्ट लेवल का है, अपरा जो है इज अ थर्ड लेवल ऑफ इट। लेकिन हम इसको अलग तरीके से समझेंगे आज। तो त्रिका फिलॉसफी के हिसाब से मैं, बात तो एक ही होगी लेकिन शायद नाम अलग यूज किए जाएंगे, सो दैट इट इज इजी फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू अंडरस्टैंड इट। सो आज हम किस बारे में बात करेंगे? अपरा, परा, परात्परा। परात्परा में जो परा के ऊपर चला जाता है। ठीक है, सो ये तीन चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे। और एक चीज के बारे में बात करेंगे, वन थिंग दैट आई वुड लाइक टू टेक इट एंड क्लैरिफाई, बिकॉज recently again I encountered someone and they were questioning this। हमारे ही वेदों का बात लेके हमें ही पूछ रहे थे कि आपके वेदों में तो ये व्याख्या की गई है कि निराकार ब्रह्म है, फिर आप ये मूर्ति आकार ये सब की पूजा क्यों करते हो? So today I am going to give you such clarity that from this day on no one will ever question you on that. And even if they question, after the time they listen to your talks, by the time they leave you, they will believe in that and they might start doing that. So that's the claim that I'm going to do now. So I want to clarify this for once and all. Okay? So कहां से शुरू करें? From para, अपरा, परात्परा, या तो निर्गुण और साकार ब्रह्म। और जब हम निर्गुण और साकार ब्रह्म के बारे में जान लेंगे, उसमें ये तीनों गुण आ जाएंगे। और जैसे ये तीन गुण उसके अंदर आ जाएंगे, साथ ही साथ आपको ये भी पता चल जाएगा कि इतने भगवान क्यों, व्हाई सो मेनी गॉड्स। सो शुरू कर, ओके, सो कैन यू हियर नाउ? ये है परा, अपरा, परात्परा।
Yeah, there was a
परा
break
वो
also.
है, परा वो है जो आप सुन सकते हो, देख सकते हो। अपरा वो है जो देख सकते हो लेकिन सुन नहीं सकते हो। मतलब एक्सपीरियंस में है बट यू कैन नॉट सी दैट। परात्परा वो है ना दिखाई देता है ना सुनाई देता है, but this is the base of it. So let us begin with para. So let us, instead of starting from para, apara and paratpara, let us start with apara itself, means the lowest of that, जो सबसे निम्न स्तर पे आता है। निम्न स्तर को मतलब छोटा मत समझो, निम्न स्तर भी जो स्तर है, इसको पहले व्याख्या कर लेते हैं कि अपरा शक्ति क्या होती है। सो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द डेफिनेशन फर्स्ट। एक बार डेफिनेशन समझ में आ गया, उसके बाद हम उसकी व्याख्या कर लेंगे एंड देन वी विल talk about that elaborately and then we will move to the next part of it that I told right now. अपरा शक्ति, तीनों शक्तियों के ही गुण हैं, लेकिन जो अपरा शक्ति है, this refers to the manifested and tangible aspect of the divine feminine energy. ये संसार में जो भौतिक जगत में जितने भी चीजों को आप देखते हो, that has manifested in the tangible form, मतलब आप जिसे देख सकते हो, महसूस करते हो, in the tangible form, वो फेमिनाइन एनर्जी को अपरा शक्ति कहा जाता है। अपरा शक्ति का has a specific form and attributes and can be perceived and worshipped by the devotees. Apara Shakti takes various forms and incarnations, such as Goddess Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali. And as we are talking about the feminine energy, so I have just taken the names of the feminine Shaktis, but it does not define it. But as at the Apara level, we just discriminate between male, female, dominant, predominant. But here, all the incarnations, each represent different qualities and powers. And when I start defining about the two different forms, the form and the formless, then I will talk about the incarnation part, and incarnation will also become a very, very clear aspect for you. कि incarnation होते क्यों है, इतने सारे different versions क्यों हैं उनके, okay? And again, Apara Shakti is the dynamic force that governs the cycles of creation, preservation, and dissolution. Apara Shakti is responsible for the cosmic order and balance of this universe. ये संसार को चलाने के पीछे जो शक्ति लगी है वो अपरा शक्ति है. Then the devotees worship Apara Shakti through various rituals, ceremonies, and offerings, seeking blessing, protection, and fulfillment of their desires. अब जब आप मंदिर जाते हो, जब मंदिर में जाके पूजा करते हो, तो किस देवी की पूजा हो रही है यहाँ पे? इसी से आपको क्लियरली समझ में आ जाना चाहिए कि ये अपरा शक्ति की पूजा है, जिसमें विधिवत पूजा की जाती है. There is a form, there is a shape, so there is a ritual that has to be followed. So वहां आप जाते हो, आप प्रार्थना करते हो, आप पूजा करते हो, और आपके जीवन में जो दुख है या जो चीजों की आपको जरूरत है, आप उन चीजों के बारे में वहां प्रार्थना करते हो या मांगते हो. So that's how the Apara Shakti works. Now we will move to the Parashakti, जो कि उसके ऊपर है. Parashakti क्या है? Parashakti refers to the highest and the most transcendental form of divine energy. Transcendental form. देखो यहाँ पे भी form है. Transcendental है लेकिन form. Form in the sense, अगर आपको याद होगा, like just when I was talking about Shiva, Sadashiva and Mahadeva, at that time we also talked about three kind of things. One is the space, the second is the liquid or water form, or the third is the solid form. ये याद है सबको? One that you cannot see but you can just experience. The second, it has a form but not a definite form. And the third, which has a definite form. Right? So यहाँ पे भी जो पराशक्ति है उसका भी एक form है, but it is in a transcendental form. And it is still in the energy form. It is the ultimate and unmanifested aspect of Shakti. Unmanifested मतलब उन्होंने कोई आकार धारण नहीं किया, कोई particular आकार धारण नहीं किया है. And it represents pure consciousness and the source of all creation. सारे रचना के पीछे इसी का हाथ. It's pure consciousness and the source of all creation. Parashakti is beyond the comprehension of human mind. अब देखो, ये आपके मन और मस्तिष्क के परे है. And this also I will tell you why it is beyond your mind. इसकी भी व्याख्या करेंगे. And as I said, all this will bring clarity to the entire concept of Nirakara Brahma and Sakara Brahma. Now it goes and it says, Parashakti is beyond the comprehension of human mind and is often depicted as formless and beyond attributes. मतलब इसे ही निराकार स्वरूप में माना जाता है, जिसका कोई आकार नहीं है और जो कोई गुणों से भी परे है, मीन्स गुणातीत जिसे कहते हो, त्रिगुणातीत. And here the Parashakti is also the uncaused cause. Uncaused cause means उसका कोई कारण नहीं है, लेकिन ये सबका कारण है. There is no cause of her creation, but she is the cause of creation. Is it clear? So, अब she is the uncaused cause, the origin of all that exists in the universe. Now you see, she has not taken any particular form, but she is the one who has created all the forms that the universe has come into existence. All other forms of Shakti emanate from her, and she is the supreme power that sustains and governs the cosmos. Parashakti is associated with the concept of Shiva and Shakti, where Shiva represents pure consciousness and Shakti represents the dynamic energy or the creative force that brings about the manifestation. ये दोनों शिव और शक्ति का स्वरूप माना जाता है. ये कॉन्सेप्ट वहीं से आया है. तो शिवा represents pure consciousness, Shakti represents dynamic energy or the creative force that brings about manifestation. पराशक्ति की पूजा कैसे की जाती है? Worship of Parashakti involves deep meditation, contemplation on the formless and all-pervading aspect of the divine feminine energy. यहाँ आपको इसको संपूर्णता से समझने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हम जब इसकी व्याख्या करेंगे इसका पूरा विवरण आपके सामने आ जाएगा. Now we will move to the Paratpara Shakti. अपरा शक्ति हो गया. Now we move to the Paratpara Shakti. Paratpara Shakti represents the transcendent aspect that surpasses even the Parashakti. परात्परा का मतलब क्या है? जो पराशक्ति के भी ऊपर है या तो उसके परे है. She is the supreme and ultimate form of divine feminine energy. देखो, they are using the word form, but absolutely it is the formless, because it is beyond both the unmanifested and manifested aspects. ये दोनों manifested मतलब जो बना है और जो नहीं बना उससे भी परे है. Paratpara Shakti is the all-encompassing, all-knowing and omnipresent force. ये तीन चीजों को बड़े ध्यान से याद रखो, क्योंकि इसी के ऊपर बहुत सारी व्याख्या होने वाली है. All-encompassing मतलब सर्वव्याप्त, सब कुछ उसके अंदर है, सब कुछ उसके अंदर समाहित है. All-encompassing, all-knowing जिसको सर्व ज्ञान है, it knows everything, and omnipresent इसे सर्वव्याप्त कहते हैं. It is present everywhere that exists beyond time and space, जो समय और काल के परे है. She is the highest truth and the realization of the absolute reality. जो संपूर्ण सत्यता है उसका बोध है वो. The worship of Paratpara Shakti involves a profound level of spiritual surrender and realization of the self's unity with the divine. कैसे पूजा की जाती है? The worship of Paratpara Shakti involves profound level of spiritual surrender, absolutely surrendering to the ultimate, and the realization of the self's unity with the divine. संपूर्णता से अपने आप को उस ऐश्वर्य शक्ति के साथ, ईश्वरीय शक्ति के साथ जोड़ देना, या तो उस शिवत्व को प्राप्त कर लेना। It goes beyond the dualities of existence and leads to a state of supreme bliss and enlightenment. ये आपको उस मार्ग में ले चलता है जहां आपको संपूर्णता से, इट्स एब्सोल्यूट ब्लिस, सुप्रीम ब्लिस, not just happiness, and leads to enlightenment. कुछ ऐसे परंपराएं हैं जो गुप्त परंपराओं में हैं। उन परंपराओं में ये सारे चीजों को माना जाता है कि परात्परा शक्ति इज बिलीव्ड टू बी द एसेंस ऑफ ऑल डिवाइन बीइंग्स। मतलब जितने दैविक शक्तियां हैं उन सारे शक्तियों के पीछे का कारण परात्परा शक्ति है। एंड द अल्टीमेट गोल ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल सीकर्स इज गाइडिंग देम टुवर्ड्स सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन एंड लिबरेशन, दैट यू कॉल एज मोक्ष और कैवल्य। तो इन तीनों की समरी की जाए, जस्ट इन टू समराइज ऑल दिस थ्री, देन हम इसकी व्याख्या कर देंगे। इन समरी, पराशक्ति represents the unmanifested, formless and highest transcendental aspect of Shakti. Apara Shakti embodies the manifested and tangible divine energy in various forms. And Paratpara Shakti transcend even the highest form, encompassing the ultimate reality and supreme truth. Each aspect of Shakti holds immense significance in Hindu philosophy and spirituality. This offers us different paths to connect with the divine. Although ये तीनों तरीके की शक्तियां हैं, लेकिन ये तीनों तरीके की शक्तियां हमें दिव्यता के अलग अलग मार्ग के साथ जोड़ देती हैं. So let us do the little bit of understanding of these three Shaktis, and then we will move to 2. Apara Shakti. Apara Shakti means this, what we see, that what is manifested in this world. जो हम संसार में देखते हैं, समझते हैं, जानते हैं, करते हैं. That's where I was giving you the example of when you go to the temple. आप मंदिर जाते हो, पूजा करते हो, आप ध्यान करते हो, एक पर्टिकुलर स्वरूप को देखते हो आप. So when you are looking at all these things, this is also related to this world. आप जब मंदिर जाते हो, मंदिर में क्या प्रार्थना करते हो? You generally see a physical form and you ask for the physical existence. कि जैसे if you go and you just see like लोग जाके कहते हैं कि मेरा बेटा पास हो जाए, मेरा ये इश्यूज रिजॉल्व हो जाए, या तो मेरे घर में लक्ष्मी आ जाए, and all these things that people generally, आप अगर मंदिर जाओगे तो I'm not talking about you people, you know, I'm talking about you people when you go to the temple and you see the difference now. अब आप जब मंदिर जाके बैठते हो और लोगों की प्रार्थनाएं सुनते हो कि लोग प्रार्थना के नाम पे भगवान को क्या क्या गालियां देते हैं, then you will realize like, oh, so I was there someday. तब आपको समझ में आएगा कि आप अपरा से ऊपर उठ रहे हो. You have started moving because you are not in the mundane things. आप वही सांसारिक बातों में ही लिप्त नहीं हो. आप सांसारिक चीजों में तब लिप्त होते हो जब जरूरत पड़ती है. When there is a need, you are getting into that. लेकिन जब जरूरत नहीं है, क्या आपने अपनी मनस्थिति को देखा है? परिस्थिति के हिसाब से आप आते हो और चीजों को ठीक करते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देयर इज अ नीड टू कुक फूड. आप ये नहीं कहोगे कि मैं परात्परा शक्ति हूं, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू कुक टुडे. और आप सब जानते हो उसके बाद क्या होगा. So that what do you do? Then you slowly light up the aham brahmasmi कह के आग जलाते हो. उसके ऊपर कढ़ाई लगाते हो, then you start cooking, right? Then Sasiji says, goes to his office and says, Aham Brahmasmi. The boss comes and says, what? First work, then Aham Brahmasmi. That means when you are in this physical world, जब आप ये संसार में हो तो सांसारिक चीजों को देखभाल करने की जरूरत पड़ती है. But have you actually seen that transcendence that you have already gone through? आपके अंदर जो बदलाव आ रहे हैं कि when there is a need, I put my hand into the work. And when there is no need, I just sit quite calm within myself. This itself speaks of that. और जब दूसरी व्याख्या करेंगे उसमें और क्लैरिटी आ जाएगी. So that means I know. देखो अपरा शक्ति क्या है? It knows but does not know itself completely. वो जानता तो है कि भगवान है, लेकिन भगवान को भी संपूर्णता से नहीं जानता. So what does it do? It tries to seek God. But where? कहां ढूंढे जाके? Where will it find? It does not know how God should look. So what it does, it runs towards a form. कोई गलत नहीं है इस चीजों में. I say, क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि you live in a house and you say like, I don't believe in forms. I don't believe in forms. All the people in my house should vanish. मतलब कोई दिखाई नहीं देना चाहिए. सब घर में रहने चाहिए लेकिन दिखाई नहीं देना चाहिए. फिर आप अचानक घर में घूम रहे हो, देख रहे हो प्लेट अपने आप हवा में उड़ रहा है, खाना अपने आप कहीं चला जा रहा है, लाइक मिस्टर इंडिया. ऐसा हुआ तो क्या आपको समझ में आएगा कि कैन यू रियली एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ दैट? रादर इट विल क्रिएट अ फियर विद इन यू. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस. अ फियर हैपेंस इन द माइंड ऑफ द इग्नोरेंट. और वैसे ही आज सुबह जब सुधा जी, जब व्हेन आई वाज वेकिंग अप, आई जस्ट केम, अ थॉट केम एंड आई सेड, I was looking outside through the window and I saw a bird sitting quite happily on the branch of a tree. Then I realized, Rajan ji, कि इसके लिए भूत नहीं होते हैं. The ghost does not exist for a dog, cat or crow. It exists for humans. Means हर एक जो the things that you have taken, the form that you have taken, you have different kind of ideas, ideologies, fears and problems. जैसे जैसे स्वरूप में आए उस स्वरूप के हिसाब से आपको ये सारे डर, भय, दुख सब आने लगे. So, जब आप अपरा शक्ति में हो, it's all about this world, it's all about this manifestation. इसको बड़े आराम से समझाऊंगा मैं. I'm just touching the base. Then comes पराशक्ति. पराशक्ति में आप क्या करते हो? You just don't look at a physical entity and do the puja. अब देखो आपको समझ में आएगा कि कहां पे खड़े हो आप. You went to the temple again, but this time you are not crying for the world, you are crying for the divine. You are no more just crying for the world, you see. आप जाते हो, आप कहते हो तुझे पता है, तू सब देख ले. You know what has to be done. So you know it better, so do it. आप ये करते हो, लेकिन इस समय में आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ उस स्टैचू को नहीं देखते. You are not looking at the idol. In the idol, you see the lights, you see the forms in a very different, typical way. आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ उस मूर्ति के आकार को नहीं देखते, आपको ऐसे लगने लगता है कि उस मूर्ति में प्राण चल रहे हैं, मानो वो आपसे बात कर रही है. As if it is absolutely talking to you. It might not be moving, but it is moving in your mind. It's moving in your heart. Have you experienced that or not? This is a moving from the para, from the apara to the parashakti. जब आप मंदिर गए, और कई सारे लोग ये सवाल मुझे पूछते हैं कि क्या ये मेरा मस्तिष्क में कोई गड़बड़ हो गई है? Have I gone mad, crazy? Like I'm looking at the Shiva's statue there, and I see a light emanating from his third eye, and that light is coming towards me. And slowly I connect with that, and then I shake myself up and I say, oh, am I dreaming? No, this is not a dream state. You have not lost it. Neither you have gone crazy. This is just a transcendence from one aspect of life to another dimension. Despite you being in this world, देखो, the second thing that is, the पहला वाला क्या है? उसको पता है कि कोई भगवान नामक का कोई चीज है. Means there is a something that is called as God. And you see, people are still searching for God element, God particle. अरे हर particle में ही वही है. चलो, but you still are seeking it in a form. So what kind of ideology is that? They are absolutely still searching it at a very, very base level. Nothing wrong. Let them search. That search will lead them to the next level anyways. But let them search first. So क्या करते हैं? The second level पे जब आ गए हम पराशक्ति में, तब क्या हो जाता है? Now I am not that ignorant as I was earlier. पहले मुझे सिर्फ बोध था कि अच्छा भगवान नाम का कोई चीज है और एक फॉर्म होना चाहिए, मैं उसी की पूजा करूंगा. But the next level comes where you look at the statue, you look at the idol, and you still transcend and you see beyond that. उसके अंदर, उसके बाहर, मतलब मानो जैसे आत्मा और परमात्मा से मिल गया. You are able to feel that connectivity between you and themselves. How many people of you are having that? Very good. सौम्या जी का हाथ सबसे ऊपर चला गया है. अच्छा, good. Good. So here, what happens is you start transcending from just the physical element or the physical creation to a level where you have the connectivity with the higher self. Then आता है परात्परा. परात्परा शक्ति क्या है? When you just sit at your home, you are not sitting in front of an idol. You don't have an image in front of you. You don't carry a statue along with you. आपके हाथ में वो सारी चीजें नहीं है. But you just sit there and you feel, you experience the divine. And there is an absolutely different level of connectivity in this case. पहले मैं मंदिर जाता था तो मंदिर जाने से एक connectivity होती थी. The different element that came into existence when I started looking as if I am not looking at the idol of the divine, the divine idol is looking towards me. And then the third state that you reach out is you are just sitting. There is no second. It's just all one. जहां आप ना किसी को ढूंढ रहे हो, ना ही किसी को सोच रहे हो, ना ही विचारों से किसी की परिकल्पना कर रहे हो. Neither you are creating, neither you are imagining, neither you are doing anything. You are just being you, just sitting. Just like when I started the session today, when I started chanting, and I just asked you to sit and close your eyes. तब क्या आप किसी को ढूंढ रहे थे? या आप किसी को याद कर रहे थे? No, you were sinking into that. You were absorbing that absolutely into you. वो स्थिति में ना कोई स्वरूप है, ना ही कोई लाइट है, ना कोई रंग है, ना कोई रूप है. There is nothing. But at the same time, you are becoming that. जैसे I was telling like Vani ji, like if God appears in front of you, लोग अक्सर ये पूछते हैं कि भगवान सामने आ गए तो क्या करना चाहिए. मैं कहता हूं बिल्कुल गलत जवाब, बिल्कुल गलत सवाल ही गलत है ये. अगर भगवान आ गया और आप तब भी हो, then it's a gone case. Because if the divine appears, you should not be there anymore. You should have been transformed into the divine itself. That's absolute mergence. नहीं तो अब दूरी रखोगे तो कुछ ना कुछ मांगोगे, कुछ ना कुछ बोलोगे, कुछ ना कुछ फिर करोगे. But when the divine appears, there should not be any you left. You should be the divine art in its absolute form. अब इसको समझने के लिए, for the youngsters as well as for the young kids in the room, let us go and understand the concept that is given in the Vedas and the Puranas. कई बार ऐसा होता है प्रीति जी, the youngsters will come and say, because we have seen many movies We have seen many other people, those who talk, they take a certain verse of the Vedas and they say, देख वेदों में, तुम्हारे ही वेदों में यहां इस रूप में लिखा गया है कि ब्रह्म निराकार है, और तुम क्यों साकार की पूजा करते हो? The same question was posted to me and they didn't know whom they asked actually. The problem वहां हो गया उन्हें. Then I said, आप वेदों का बात करते हो, स्पेशली इन वेदांत इसके बारे में बात किया गया, ये वेद में नहीं है, क्योंकि वेद में भी रूप की पूजा की गई है, मतलब स्वरूप की पूजा की गई है, जिसमें इंद्र, वरुण या तो फिर आपके अग्नि, वायु, इन तत्वों की, पंच तत्वों के बारे में पूजा दी गई है. सो सम और अदर वे, तुम जो बोल रहे हो कि वेद से ये आया है, ये वेद में वर्णित नहीं है कि वो निराकार है. वेद में भी फॉर्म है. What form they were worshipping? They were worshipping the major elements that has created the creation. मतलब ये रचना करने के लिए जितने सारे सामग्रियों की जरूरत पड़ी है, उन सारे चीजों की जो पूजा है, उसमें इन बातों का ध्यान रखा गया. और इसीलिए कई सारे लोग ये भी सवाल करते हैं कि वेदों में इंद्र के बारे में लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन शिव के बारे में नहीं लिखा हुआ, ना ही विष्णु के बारे में वर्णन है. And they call, you say the Trinity is the supreme, but there is no written thing about them in the Vedas. Then उन्होंने वेद को पूरा पढ़ा नहीं है. They have taken an excerpt of the Vedas, और जो दिखाया गया उसने ही पढ़ा है. उसमें वेद में पूरा एक चैप्टर शिव के ऊपर है. किसने कहा कि शिव के ऊपर नहीं है? पूरे शिव की व्याख्या उसमें है, लेकिन people generally tend to, ऐसा होता है ना संतोषी जी, like when at times we are reading a book, we are turning the page and 2 pages are एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़ गए, we turn it and we never saw the number. 67 के बाद एकदम से 69 क्रॉस होके 68 क्रॉस होके 69 को आ जाता है, और एक पेज मिस हो जाता है और हमको पता भी नहीं चलता. So these people have done the same thing. यहां इन्होंने एक चीज मिस कर दिया है. ऐसा नहीं है कि जहां पे ब्रह्मा, विष्णु और महेश का वर्णन नहीं है, लेकिन ऐसे व्याख्या सर्वश्रेष्ठ सबसे ज्यादा जो है इंद्र की गई है, वरुण की गई है. ओके, सो मैंने उनको पहले बताया कि देखो, जो वेद का बात करते हो, वेद में ये बातें नहीं लिखी हैं, वेदांत में लिखी है. क्योंकि वेदांत स्पीक्स ऑफ द अल्टीमेट, दैट इज द फॉर्मलेस, एब्सोल्यूट फॉर्मलेस. और अगर आप सिर्फ हमारे लिखे हुए, जो पूर्वजों का जो लिखा हुआ रचित जो चीजें हैं उसी को देखे, इफ यू आर जस्ट गिविंग मी ए रेफरेंस टू द वेदास एंड द वेदांतस, व्हाई आर यू नॉट गिविंग मी द रेफरेंस ऑफ द पुराणस देन? पुराण के बात क्यों नहीं करते फिर आप? पुराणों में तो पूरे भरे पड़े गए, लाइक विष्णु के सहस्त्र नाम लिखे हुए उसमें, राधा, कृष्ण, काली, गणेश, सबके बारे में कुछ ना कुछ व्याख्याएं दी गई है, सबके बारे में पुराण है, 10 अवतार है. Why don't you give me that? Have you created it? No, na? So when you are questioning me that why it is in Vedas, it is not mentioned, why you are believing it, the first thing is your concept is wrong. It is in the Vedantas that is written as that. And when we come to the Puranas में सारे के सारे कहानियां, गल्प या तो कैरेक्टर के हिसाब से बताए गए. Now let us understand why this is a clash between the Vedanta and the Purana. वेदांत कहता है कि फॉर्मलेस, पुराण कहता है फॉर्म. अब इसकी व्याख्या करते हैं so that you get the entire clarity of that. For this, I will take a very, very simple, very advanced technology that we generally are seeing right now. How many of you have played games not in the field, not in the background, not in your garden? I'm asking about the digital platforms. जो बच्चे आजकल खेल रहे हैं ना, in your laptops, in your tablets, in your, I don't know what all you call that. किसी ने खेला है? जिनके घर में बच्चे, वो सारे खेलते हैं. जिनके बच्चे बड़े हो गए वो उनको खिलाते हैं. So that's the issue now. Sometime Iman invites me, Papa, let's play a game. मैं बोला मेरे से नहीं होता वो. I don't go into that Maya. It's your place. You play. So all of us, we have seen something called as a game that people are playing right now. Online games or digital games that we see, right? इसी concept को लेके we will create such a clarity कि incarnations क्यों होता है. Incarnation में जब राम कृष्ण आए उनको भी क्यों दुख हुआ. Why did they go through all this pain जब वो स्वयं ही भगवान थे. Then why there is a difference between these two things. और हमें भगवान क्यों नहीं दिखाई देता. या जो लोग तर्क करते हैं कि भगवान नामक कोई वस्तु है ही नहीं. हाँ, वस्तु है ही नहीं, मैं भी मानता हूं, लेकिन भगवान नहीं है जो कहते हैं, उन सारे लोगों के लिए एक सरल सिंपल उत्तर अभी से. If you have played the games, you will be very, very knowing something, because few days ago I saw that Dhavalji Iman was playing Roblox. You might have heard of that. In that, he said, I am gotten into the God mode. Okay, so उसमें भी एक God mode होता है, creator mode होता है. Creator mode is free to do anything in that. वो कुछ भी नियम तोड़ सकता है, कुछ भी नियम बना सकता है. It can fly, it can jump, which generally the other things cannot do. मतलब उसके अंदर जितने सारे characters है, they are limited to certain things. This is also limited to certain things, but it has a absolute supremacy over all those rules and regulations. वो दीवार के अंदर से जा सकता है, आग के अंदर बैठ सकता है. So all that kind of things. Then when I was seeing that he was playing, I said, wow, this is exactly the incarnations. Now let us do the व्याख्या इसकी करते हैं. So when we look at any kind of game that kids are playing, किसके द्वारा बनाया गया है? Who has made it? Some developer. एक इंसान है जिसने गेम डेवलप किया है. What is the formulas that they use to create? वो किस तरीके से बनाता है वो सारे गेम्स को? सबके लिए एक एक, they write codes about it, right? Every code, like all the people, those who are into the software, you understand it much better, right? So सारे के सारे characters जो उसके अंदर हैं, these are all codes. For example, in the AI system also, अगर अभी जो artificial intelligence इतना जोर से चल रहा है, what are they using? They are saying you give a prompt, it will create an image for that, right? और रोज देखो मैं भी कुछ ना कुछ टाइप करता हूं, वो शिव का फोटो बना देता है, मैं उसी को पोस्ट कर देता हूं. So I give a description and it is creating. Similarly, the programming जो होता है, the codes जो लिखे जाते हैं, that code is taking a form and a shape and it is becoming a character that is playing in the game. Now the creator as you, let's take you as the creator or the programmer who is designing the entire game. Okay? इसको अपने हिसाब से ऐसे देखो जैसे आप ही रचनाकार हो. You are the creator of that. Now when you have created that game, you have an idea in your mind कि game कैसा होना चाहिए. What kind of game it should be, what should be the sequence of it, what should be the level of उसमें जो difficulty level क्या होनी चाहिए, किसके लिए होनी चाहिए, for whom it is. You put logic, you put drama, you put music, you put action, put that all that or not. So when you're putting all that, you create a character, you create an environment. What is the environment? This is the creation that you see all around. So we are living in an environment, and that is also a virtual environment that you create for a virtual being. Make sense? यही है ना, यही तो कर रहे हैं वो लोग. So आप एक प्रोग्रामर हो और आपने एक रचना की है, and you created an environment and you created a being in that. That being also does work or not. वो भी कुछ ना कुछ करता है. Whatever it is designed, let's say it is just the flying bird. The flying bird is still flapping its wing. Yes or no? But it is flapping its wing at whose command? किसके वजह से flapping the wing? That means there is a creator who created that environment and has designed it with certain rules, and when it is pressing a button, it is flapping its wings. Can you see the entire environment there? Let's say we will take an advanced version of that, not just flapping wings. Let's say we take it as, आभाजी ऐसा करते हैं कि मानो हमने एक मनुष्य की रचना की, एक वर्चुअल रियलिटी, यस धवल जी, वर्चुअल रियलिटी में हमने एक मनुष्य की रचना की. I know, like, there are people, those who have been into that PUBG and a lot of that games, right? So there are characters that are playing inside that. Now you see, they are just like, they have taken all these 6 essential human needs and they have created that. That's why they are so very famous in those games. Now let us see, you have created a character. The character that you have built inside the game, it will react to the rules and regulations of the game. Yes or no? And then there is a player who needs to press something sitting here on the system, and it will create codes, and that code will become the action of that image that you are seeing in the screen. Yes? But my question is, the one that has been created out of codes, if it wants to understand its creator, can it understand its creator? Is it possible? Now here comes the Apara. The basic knowledge. It might be playing, it might be doing everything, but it does not have an idea that there is a creator. Why? It cannot understand skin, flesh, blood, bone. All that it knows is codes. All that it sees is codes. Its world is codes. Yes or no? उसको कोड के अलावा कुछ पता ही नहीं है, तो वो मांस हड्डी को क्या समझेगा? इट कैन, सो इसीलिए कहते हैं एक गुण जो ब्रह्म का है वो है अगेय, मतलब जिसको जाना भी नहीं जा सकता. इट इज बियॉन्ड अंडरस्टैंडिंग. अचिंत्य मीन्स जिसके बारे में चिंता भी नहीं की जा सकती. इसी प्रकार जब एक कैरेक्टर, दैट डिजिटल कैरेक्टर दैट इज इनसाइड दैट, इट इज ऑल्सो डूइंग ऑल द थिंग्स दैट इज टू बी डन, बट इट विल नेवर रियलाइज हु यू आर, बिकॉज इट डज नॉट इवन नो व्हाट यू आर मेड ऑफ. वैसे स्पिरिचुअलिटी में, as we have come into spirituality, what do we really do? क्या करते हैं हम? इसमें सिर्फ 2 ही काम करते हैं. क्या 2 काम है? या तो हम चाहते हैं कि भगवान हमारे पास आ जाए, या तो हम उसके पास चले जाए. That is the only 2 things. Are there any third thing in that? नहीं ना. अगर मुझे भगवान के पास जाना है, I should know where he lives, how he looks, वो कैसे दिखता है, कैसे कहां रहता है, ये सब पता चले तब मैं उसके पास जाऊं. लेकिन ये अचिंत्य है, अगेय है. उसे मेरे चिंता से धारण नहीं कर सकता, उसके बारे में जान नहीं सकता. बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से जैसे वो डिजिटल कैरेक्टर उस गेम के अंदर वो आपके बारे में जान नहीं सकता, वो आप तक पहुंच नहीं सकता. इट कैन नॉट रीच यू. Am I saying it right, Hari bhai? Because it will never understand what you are. Similarly, if you are sitting here and looking at these objects and you think you are going to create God out of these objects, you are using the wrong objects. Through codes, you cannot understand flesh. You cannot understand brain. You cannot understand a heart. You cannot understand what emotions are. Similarly, let us go to the next level of it. However, अगर वो हमको जानने की कोशिश करे, वो कभी नहीं जान पाएगा. This line is clear. The second thing is, but it still is controlled by someone. That's why it believes that all that I am controlled by, it should be everywhere. उस के दुनिया में, in the virtual world, everything is controlled by the person who has designed it. Yes or no? although he is not inside it, yet its power is still working inside it. है कि नहीं? मैं उसके अंदर नहीं हूं. I am not in that world, but I have the power to change everything in that game. And for that character who is inside that, he now understands, wow, there must be some bigger power who is more powerful than me. I cannot see it, I cannot understand it, but it is all pervasive. It's omniscient, omnipresent. What do you say about God? He's all pervasive, omniscient, हर जगह है, हर जगह व्याप्त है, उसकी बुद्धि हर जगह पे है और वही सब कुछ है. Why वही सब कुछ है? Because the entire creation has been designed by it. और वो अपने मूल रूप में नहीं, लेकिन अपने बुद्धि रूप में तो है उसमें. Because the tree, the plant, the car that you see in the game is all coming from the mind of the creator. Similarly, all that you see in this world, what do you see? आप बिल्कुल उसी की रचना देख रहे हो. संपूर्ण वो नहीं है, लेकिन क्या आप ये कह सकते कि वो व्याप्त नहीं है? वो बिल्कुल व्याप्त है. यस, यत्र तत्र सर्वत्र. So for the character in that game, for it, God is all pervasive. It is all there, but it will never see it. उसे दिखाई नहीं देगा. And also, let's say, मैंने कहा कि भगवान से मिलने के दो रास्ते हैं. या तो हम उसके घर चले जाएं या उसे अपने घर बुला लें. Now for the character, let's say you are the God. As I said, no. So you are taking the part of the programmer and you are playing the game. In that, what is the thought of the player inside that? उसे लगता है कि वो सब कुछ कर रहा है. Yes or no? वो जो if you become from the creator to the created, आपको लगेगा कि ये जो सब कुछ हो रहा है मैं कर रहा हूं. पहाड़ चढ़ रहा हूं, I am climbing the mountain, मतलब मैं ही चढ़ रहा हूं. If I am shooting a gun, it will feel like it is shooting a gun, but is it really the truth? है क्या? नहीं ना. फिर आप, you are cooking, you are running, you are jumping, you are flying, and then you are saying, oh, मैंने किया. Can you see a bigger picture of this now? हरि भाई रोज सुबह क्या करते हैं? सिस्टम का एक बटन ऑन करते हैं. The moment he switches on the button, the system awakes. And then there are some other systems also, na Nilima ji, like they use like automated systems. इसी टाइम पे अपने आप एंटीवायरस चलने लगता है. They program it, right, Suma ji? So they program it at a particular time and it starts in that moment. But हरि भाई क्या करते हैं? सुबह उठते हैं, सिस्टम ऑन कर देते हैं. जैसे सिस्टम ऑन करते हैं, सिस्टम को लगता है कि मैं जाग गया हूं. I woke up today in the morning. उसके बाद मुझे बहुत काम है आज. क्या काम है वो भी नहीं पता. Then a thought comes. एक विचार आता है, ये सारे काम है तेरे को. Means Hari Bhai looks at it and he just types it. टक 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 टक. And now everything starts. कंप्यूटर को क्या लग रहा है? मैं बहुत कुछ कर रहा हूं. But who is making you do that? So in this case, what happens? Now understand why the avatars come into play. अगर वो सर्वव्याप्त है, उसकी सारी शक्तियां है, फिर उसको अवतार लेने की क्या जरूरत है? अब इस बात को समझते हैं कि अवतार लेने की क्या जरूरत है. In the case, Hari Bhai was doing his work today. The system was perfectly working. He was creating magnificent things in his creation. Suddenly, system crashed. अभी system crash क्या है? Flaw in the system. System में कुछ flaw आ गया और वो crash कर गया. Then what the creator has to do? It has to open up everything again. वो सारे चीजें खोल के देखता है. मदरबोर्ड में प्रॉब्लम है, सीपीयू का जो फैन है वो काम नहीं कर रहा, या तो there is just a bit of a welding that has gone on and that's why the system is not working, or the reboot का प्रॉब्लम है, reinstall the programs. In that case, what it has to do, it has to put his hand into that. But not only that, yahan to it is still at an external level. Let us understand the internal level where the incarnations are taking place. ठीक है? अब देखो, आप प्रोग्रामर हो, but if there is a game and you also want to play the game, or you are becoming the guiding angel for the characters that are playing inside that, and you just want to add another character to that who will be the helping guide to them to find their answers. How will you do that? अगर आपको गेम में उतरना है, you create an avatar of yours in the digital form. Yes or no? आप एक अपना अवतार उसी डिजिटल फॉर्म में बनाओगे जो कोड का बना है, which has to be made with codes. That's why when we see the avatars that have taken in the form of a human being as Krishna, Ram, or all the other incarnations, they were also built of the 5 elements. They also felt pain. They also had sorrow. They also experienced happiness. They also had problems. Why? Because when you are entering into the world that you have created, you are also bound by the time and space, and at the same time you are also to follow the rules and regulations created by you. Although the difference between just the created and the incarnation is the incarnation knows that I have just come here. It knows itself. The character is unknowing, ignorant. It just thinks it is living, it is doing something, and it is going through problem, this sorrow, that sorrow. But the one who is incarnated, he knows that I am just playing a game. That all that is happening there is just a drama that I have created. Yahan pe incarnation. But at that time, it is also taking a form and a shape of a digital version using codes. So उसको अगर अपने दुनिया में आना है तो उसको भी स्वरूप से ही आना है. इसलिए आपने कहा ना कि if you have to call God into your home, he has to take a form. True. So in order to take the form, all the forms that they have taken in the form of a physicality, that's where we understand them in the physical form as the पंच तत्वों से बना हुआ है. तो उनका शरीर, उनके भी नाक होने चाहिए, आंख होने चाहिए, कान होने चाहिए, right? Or else how will you connect? Because if you want to help the digital character, you have to take a digital character, and then they will both understand each other very easily because both talk the same language. अगर मैं यहां बैठ के, I will not type the code, I will not press the switch, I will just say. हालांकि आजकल वो भी हो रहा है. But if I just talk in a language that the machine does not understand, can it work? So usko jo language aata hai, the language that the machine understands, I also take the same character that the language it understands and I speak to it. I become that character and I guide it through the language that is understanding. इसी वजह से इतने सारे स्वरूप. जब आप मछली थे, when you were just a fish, you were living in the water, you won't understand the language of a human. That time it took the avatar of a fish. Because you will understand the same language, the language that you know. तो जैसे जैसे evolution हुआ, वैसे वैसे उसका आविर्भूत हुआ अलग अलग स्वरूपों में. It came in different forms and shapes so that you understand, you connect with it in a better way. For example, let's say अभी कल्याणी जी बैठे हैं और वहां से एक शेर आता है और शेर कल्याणी जी से बात करने लगता है. कितना ऑड लगेगा नहीं? Aslan. Is it Aslan has come and it is speaking in the language of humans? बड़ा अजीब दिखेगा. लेकिन अगर उन्हीं के घर में उनका बेटा आता है और उनसे बात करता है, और लगेगा क्या? नहीं ना. Because it is the language that you understand. If it comes in the same way, you will understand it better. उसी लिए इतने सारे incarnations हुए so that you understand them in the language of your life. इसीलिए पुराणों में ये सारे व्याख्याएं कहानियों की तरह दी गई, क्योंकि आपको जो लैंग्वेज समझ में आता है उसी लैंग्वेज में बताया गया कि राम आए, वो भी पैदा हुए किसी के घर में, फिर वो भी बड़े हुए, पढ़ाई की, ये बताया जा रहा कि पढ़ाई करनी जरूरी है, फिर जाते हैं, युद्ध करते हैं, विवाह होता है, जंगल जाते हैं। ये सब क्यों है? ये सारे चीजें यही बताने के लिए है कि आपके जीवन में भी यही सारे हो सकते हैं। एंड देन यू से मेरे राम मेरे जैसे ही है। नाउ फॉर ए किड इज जस्ट सिटिंग एंड आई से निराकार ब्रह्म। क्या है निराकार ब्रह्म? विल इट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग? कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा उसे। So just like you want to change something you want to be a guiding star in the character in the digital world, you create a digital avatar of yours which is made of codes and you guide it through that. Similarly, जब उस परमात्मा को जो निराकार है उसको भी इस पृथ्वी पे अगर अवतरित होना है तो उसको एक साकार रूप में आना पड़ेगा, और उसी साकार रूप की पूजा हम आज भी मंदिरों में करते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे साकार रूप ही समझ में आता है। आई ओनली अंडरस्टैंड कोड्स। दैट्स व्हाई आई गो टू द टेम्पल, आई सी द डिवाइन ओनली इन फॉर्म, बिकॉज मुझे फॉर्म के अलावा कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता है। कैन यू सी देयर इज ए फॉर्मलेस बीइंग फॉर द कैरेक्टर इन द वर्ल्ड, डिजिटल वर्ल्ड, एंड ऑल्सो देयर इज ए फॉर्म इन द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड। क्योंकि हरि भाई जब लोग कहते हैं कि ब्रह्म निराकार ही होना चाहिए, उसका आकार नहीं होना चाहिए, यह भगवान की व्याख्या ही गलत है। क्योंकि आप कहते हो कि वो सर्वशक्तिशाली है, ही इज ऑल पावरफुल, ही कैन डू एवरीथिंग। इफ ही कैन डू एवरीथिंग, व्हाई कैंट ही टेक ए फॉर्म? अगर वो फॉर्म नहीं ले सकता तब प्रॉब्लम है। ही इज नॉट ऑल पावरफुल। उसकी शक्ति उसी में दिखती है कि जब वो निराकार भी है और आकार भी ले सकता है, तभी ब्रह्म, उस ब्रह्म का व्याख्या की जा सकती है। आप कहते हैं वो सर्वशक्तिमान है लेकिन फॉर्म नहीं ले सकता, पागल हो तुम? आरंट यू मैड? अरे अगर वो सर्वशक्तिशाली है, वो फॉर्म भी ले सकता है, वो फॉर्मलेस भी रह सकता है। इसे कहते हैं ऑल परवेजिव, ऑल पावरफुल, ऑल नोइंग, ओमनीप्रेजेंट, यत्र तत्र सर्वत्र। तो सर्वव्याप्त है। अगर ये नहीं कर सकता तो मैं नहीं मानूंगा कि वो भगवान है। इसीलिए हमारे वेदों और पुराणों में, जैसे एक छोटे से बच्चे को अगर आप राम के बारे में बताना चाहोगे, इफ यू वांट टू टेल समथिंग अबाउट राम, क्या कहोगे? इफ आई से द वर्ड राम, चलो एक काम करते हैं शशि जी, आपके बेटी को बुलाते हैं और उसके सामने मैं सिर्फ एक शब्द कहूंगा। I'll just tell her a name, निराकार। Now Sanvi will look at here and there, chocolate, no, निराकार। डॉल, निराकार। ड्रेस, no, निराकार। Will she ever understand what nirakar is? Similarly, if I just call upon and I say Ram, बड़ा अच्छा शब्द है, मतलब? But can you see, in your childhood they have told you the story of Ram, इसीलिए जब मैं शब्द कहता हूं राम, आपके लिए वो शब्द नहीं है, एक व्याख्या है। It has created a character within you that talks about a human being who is the highest. Yes or no? अब मैं अगर राम आपको कहता हूं, आपको क्या समझ आता है? और एक जो छोटा सा बच्चा है जिसने कभी राम के बारे में सुना नहीं है, मैं उसे अगर राम कहता हूं, उसको लगेगा उसका नाम है। Will it make any sense to that kid जिसने उसके बारे में जाना नहीं है? The one that has never known about it. It won't make any sense. That's why what do? You tell them story forms. तब पुराण आते हैं। पुराणों में जिस कैरेक्टर, द भगवान जिसे कहते हो, उस कैरेक्टर के बारे में संपूर्ण रूप से बताया गया। दिस इज हाउ इट इज। किस तरीके से बताया गया? आपके लैंग्वेज में बताया गया। किस स्वरूप में? शिव पार्वती का जब भी संवाद चलता है, शिव भी जब कहानी बोलते हैं, कहते हैं कि बहुत पुराने समय में एक व्यापारी रहा करता, देयर वाज अ बिजनेसमैन लॉन्ग टाइम अगो। अच्छा, ये बिजनेसमैन कहाँ आया शिव के स्टोरी में? कैन यू सी, दे आर स्पीकिंग इन द सेम लैंग्वेज, द लैंग्वेज दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड। और वैसे भी विद्या जी हर बार आके हम क्यों कहानियां सुनाते हैं? तो हमें भी पता है कि आपको कौन सा लैंग्वेज समझ में आता है। सो कैन यू सी, द पुराणस में उस सारे चीजों की व्याख्या इस तरीके से की गई कि वो साकार ब्रह्म है, उसकी क्वालिटीज, कैरेक्टर्स ये सारे हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे हरि भाई हैज टेकन ए डिजिटल कैरेक्टर एंड ही हैज एंटर्ड इनटू द गेम दैट ही हैज डिजाइन्ड, नाउ ही इज प्लेइंग, बट ही इज द ऑल परवेसिव, ऑल पावरफुल इन दैट। यस और नो? Because he knows where to break the rules, where to create it, and he knows how to guide it and how to drown them also. He becomes the all pervasive, all powerful one there. उसी तरीके से इनकारनेशंस अलग अलग रूपों में अलग अलग तरीके से आते हैं, so that at that time what kind of knowledge is required, that has to be passed on. क्लियर है क्यों इतने सारे अवतारस? और जब अवतार आते हैं उनको क्यों दुख होता है? Because they have entered into the digital world, the rules created by it. और वो भी पंच तत्वों से बनते हैं, जिस तरीके से जब all the things are made out of programming and coding, that's how, and they are bound by certain things. But the only difference between the character that is inside it and the character that you have become and entered is, you know that you are the creator. And that character that is just playing as an ignorant character there, it will never realize who the creator is. Although it will know there is someone who is controlling all these things, but it will never know it because it cannot see, it only see codes. आपको खाली दुनिया दिखाई देती है, इसलिए दुनिया बनाने वाला दिखाई नहीं देता. You can only see the world, but not the world that has created it. Now just let us look at this. जो निराकार है, अगर वो ही लोग कहे कि नहीं, फिर निराकार की क्या जरूरत है, सब आकार हो जाना चाहिए, अगर आकार में वो आएगा ना, वो इतना बृहत हो जाएगा कि वो निराकार हो जाएगा. Yes or no? If it will only exist in akara, means in a form, it will be so huge that it will be equivalent to nirakar. ये कैसे हो सकता है? Now this question should arise, right, धवल जी? कि इतना बड़ा आकार होने से वो निराकार कैसे हो जाएगा? Just like the bacteria sitting at the tip of your nail, which are millions in cases, they will never see you because आपका आकार उनसे इतना बड़ा है कि आप उनके लिए निराकार हो. Make sense? वो इतना छोटा है कि आपको वो देख नहीं सकता. Although you are in a form, but it is so small that it cannot see you. उसी भांति अगर निराकार अपने आप को सिर्फ साकार रूप में प्रस्तुत करता है तो इतना बृहत हो जाएगा कि वो फिर से निराकार हो जाएगा. It will become so huge that it will become invisible. ऐसा ही होता है ना? Just like Hari bhai, we take a picture and I zoom into its pixels. And when I'm just looking at a single pixel, can I see the image? The image is not visible anymore. उसी भांति हम जिस संसार को देखते हैं, we are just seeing this world just like the character sees the codes, and we cannot see the creator in it. But creator क्या करता है? हम उसके घर नहीं पहुंच पाए तो creator हमारे घर आ जाता है. In order to guide us, in order to show us the path. It does not want to make you incapable. आपको incapable नहीं बनाना चाहता, इसलिए क्या करता है? खुद आता है और मार्ग बताता है. He says, you do it. Even if you think you are doing it, do it the way I say it. इस तरीके से, and then the rules and regulations are revived. Make sense? अब बताओ कि मुझे अगर भगवान के घर जाना है तो मुझे तो नहीं पता, लेकिन उसके मार्ग उसने बता दिया है. He has taken a form and a shape here and now given me the technology and the tricks through which I can know that ultimate. Just like I am the creator of the program I am playing as all the characters in it, and also I take a avatar in that to reteach myself that I exist. अगर आप अपने आप से गेम खेलते हो, will there be of any fun? Even if you are sitting alone and you are playing a game, you create another thing called as a computer mode. So the computer is someone who is playing there as another player, and you know there is no player actually. और कभी कभी तो ये अजीब बात हो जाता है कि कंप्यूटर आपसे बेटर खेलता है. Why? Because you have designed the mind of that computer in that way that it is playing better than you. इसी बात ही कभी कभी हरि भाई भी भगवान से बेटर खेल लेते हैं. So when you are, chess is the most amazing game that people are playing, and when you play online, there is a computer that is playing on the other side, you are playing on the, but who created both? और देखो वहां पे युद्ध भी कर रहा है. You are the one who created it. You are also playing, and you have created it in a such a way that it is more advanced than you. वो दिखता वैसा है, but the moment you want to change the program, you can easily change the programs. Yes or no? So उसी तरीके से now can you understand how the formless is there which cannot be understood, जिसको समझने के लिए हमको ये मार्ग दिया गया. कौन सा? पौराणिक मार्ग. रचनाएं की गई, मूर्तियां स्थापित की गई कि इसे देखो पहले. First and foremost thing, you have to understand this because they came in your form. इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं, you don't just look like God, the God takes your form. आपको समझ में आए, इसीलिए उसने आपके स्वरूप में आके आपको सब कुछ बताया है. So how benevolent? But here, if you look at a bigger picture, is there any benevolence? Or it is all play? Now, again, take a seat back. You are not the player. You are not the created. You are the creator. Now tell me all that is happening in your life. Now look at it from the perspective of the creator. Now tell me what's your story. क्या कर रहे हो आप अपने जीवन में? Can you see? You have attached yourself to certain things. You have created that strings. Sarojini garu, you have seen like that dancing dolls, right? पहले होते थे, अब तो नहीं हो रहे. Dancing dolls. वो क्या होता था? उसको strings लगे हैं. And the person who plays it, he does like that, and the doll starts dancing. Now, when we look at our lives, जब मुझे लगता है कि मैं बहुत कुछ कर रहा हूं, सच में क्या कर रहे हो? वो बेचारा in a game, a person is just running. क्यों भाग रहा है उसे भी नहीं पता, but it is running. क्या लगता होगा उसको? मैं कितना माइल दौड़ के आ गया? How far have I run? Really? Where? आप मुझे बताओ अब. If you think, just take a shift. वो अपरा means जिसका अज्ञान अभी भी उसके अंदर है. Just jump into the para or paratpara shakti and look from that perspective. Now tell me, what is all happening in your life? Why have you taken this form? Why have you chosen this character? And again, my question, what's your name? What's the name of your story? आपके कहानी का नाम क्या है? आपका नाम क्या है? और क्या खेल है ये? बिल्कुल उसी तरह जैसे कमलेंद्र जी के पीछे है. Yin and Yang, the play of energy. क्या कहते हैं? The struggle of energy नहीं कहते हैं. The play of energy. But out of ignorance, the play has converted itself into pain for us. But the day you transcend again and convert that pain into a play, then the dance of life begins. Why do we need these gods? Because in order to understand the Creator has taken the form and shape of us. And now we see it in a form, and that form is what we worship. ये वो नहीं है, लेकिन उसी के जैसा है, और क्योंकि ये उसी के जैसा है, उसकी पूजा की जा सकती है. And when I look at a plant and I think about my breath, I see that breath is coming from it. मुझे भगवान तो नहीं दिखा, लेकिन पेड़ दिखाई दिया. उसी के पेड़ से जो उसने ऑक्सीजन दिया, like the oxygen that it transmitted, that became my breath. And the one who is giving me life, is it not worth worshipping? Anything that you see, हम जिस जिस चीजों की पूजा करते हैं, वो सारे चीजें प्राणदायक हैं. इसीलिए जो इस प्राण को ऊर्जा देता है, इस प्राण को संरक्षित करता है, इस प्राण को बढ़ने में, आगे जानने में क्षमता प्रदान करता है, क्या वो पूजनीय नहीं है? They are worth worshipping. That's why in this Sanatana Dharma, they worship everything. Because in this entire cause, it has just come into your space. But at the same time, one thing that differs you between the Apara and the Paratpara is the Parashakti. What is the Parashakti here? The Parashakti is the people that you are sitting here right now. Why do I say so? Because you are not completely ignorant. You are on the path of exploring yourself. मतलब अब मुझे खाली ये नहीं है कि भगवान कोई है दूर आकाश में बैठा है, नहीं. अब आपको बोध होने लगा है कि मैं भी उसी का स्वरूप हूं. I am just a part of it. Then this creation will slowly evolve into a state like AI is becoming now, where there won't be any difference between the creator and the created. And that day, the creator who has taken a character will realize it was no one else. It is all one person sitting. It's all one, only playing in different roles as different beings and different people. So did you realize now why there is a form and why there is formless? Why there is an incarnation? Why you cannot see God? I believe this is so simple that you can teach it to your kids. कुछ नहीं करना है, उसको खाली एक गेम के सामने बिठा देना है, and you tell them the entire story of creation. That this is the creator who is sitting here. But that game will never understand the mind of its creator. Similarly, it is not possible for the people, those who are just in this realm, they are just trying to see God through certain things. They cannot see it. But the ones, those who transcend, what does transcendence means? Transcendence means coming out of the game and seeing, coming out of the codes and seeing, coming out of the programming and looking at it. And that is where I say you are at the state of Apara, where you have the power to be the formless and the form and experience it together. Now you see a form in the temple and you experience the formless within you. Which state are you in now? Can you see? You have transcended from the para to the apara state. And then the Paratpara Shakti speaks of the ultimate, the formless, and it says, I am everything, and everything is I am. I am all that is me. Then you, every morning you wake up and you speak of Aham Brahmasmi. Which state is that? The state of Paratpara. Shiv ka प्रकाश शक्ति है और ह शक्ति का विमर्श शक्ति है। तो जब प्रकाश और विमर्श दोनों जुड़ते हैं तब अहम बनता है। उसके ऊपर बिंदु आता है, निराकार ब्रह्म। अहम मतलब जो प्रकाश मीन्स द लाइट अपीयर्स एंड वी कैन सी एवरीथिंग, वो प्रकाश है। विमर्श, लाइट वेंट ऑफ एंड एवरीथिंग वेंट बैक। एक घर में मैं बैठा हूं and there is light, I can see the difference between a shawl, I can see this thing there, something on the table, something on the wall, but if I switch off all the lights, वो विमर्श हो गया। I cannot see anything, all the things are existing here but I cannot see anything। तो क्या हो गया, प्रकाश से सारे चीजें दृष्टिगोचर होती है, विमर्श में सारे चीजें फिर वापस क्रिएशन में मिल जाती है। सो शिव का प्रकाश शक्ति जो है वो अ है और शक्ति की विमर्श शक्ति जो है वो ह है, और शिव और शक्ति मिलके जब बिंदु बनते हैं उसे अहम कहते हैं। एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी से अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। बट एट द सेम टाइम कैन यू सी व्हेन यू आर सेइंग अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, आप ही शिव के प्रकाश शक्ति हो और आप ही शक्ति के विमर्श शक्ति हो। एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई से you have reached to a space of that dot where there is no difference between Shiva and Shakti, they are all one. That's where you reach to the Paratpara space. इसलिए सुबह उठ के क्या कहते हैं, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। So I believe you got clarity about why there is a difference between Puranas and the Vedanta, not Veda anyways. क्यों वेद में ये व्याख्याएं की गई है, वेदांत में ऐसी व्याख्याएं क्यों की गई है, क्यों निराकार है, फिर क्यों साकार ब्रह्म है। So from this day on when somebody asks you, ask them to read all first and then come to you. पहले सब पढ़ो फिर आपके पास आओ। कोई एक नोटबुक में कहीं लिखा हुआ है उसको पढ़ के मत बोलो मुझे। और एक बात, परात्पर जो शक्ति है मतलब निराकार जो शक्ति है वो ज्ञान का मार्ग है, और जो साकार शक्ति है वो प्रेम का मार्ग है। सो वन इज द वे ऑफ लव, द अदर इज द वे ऑफ ज्ञान। जो पुराणों में विश्वास करते हैं वो कहते हैं कि पुराणों की तरफ चलो, उसी में प्रेम है, उसी में रस है। यस और नो? तो वो प्रेम भाव से होता है। मीन्स कृष्णा who has taken the form just like me, I look at it and I fall in love with it. मुझे उसके आकार से प्रेम हो जाता है। It just like this. You are sitting at your home and you are looking through the window. आपके विंडो से आपको एक छोटा सा पेड़ दिखाई दे रहा है, like a small tree, you can see it. And that tree looks very beautiful to you. You have fallen in love. Like, I really like that. How beautiful it is. For example, you are sitting in, like, looking at it, and one fine day, one flower has bloomed. पेड़ तो वही था, लेकिन उसमें से एक पुष्प खिल गया है. And you look at that flower, wow, how beautiful it is. But at the same time, when you are looking at that flower, you fall in love with that flower. But is that the only flower in this world? But you still fall in love with that. That means ये प्रेम भाव है। मैं किसी एक स्वरूप को पकड़ के उससे प्रेम करके मैं उस अनुभूति करना चाहता हूं जो निराकार है। निराकार को मैं साकार रूप में अनुभूति करने के लिए एक प्रेम भाव उसके साथ जोड़ने के लिए मैंने एक आकार दिया, उस आकार से मुझे प्रेम हो गया। For example, you are looking at a cloud. You are looking at the sky from the window. You fall in love with the patch of the sky that you are seeing in the window. But is that all that it is? लेकिन आपको प्रेम हो सकता है किसी एक वस्तु से, किसी एक व्यक्ति से, किसी एक परिस्थिति से आपको प्रेम हो सकता है, लेकिन क्या वो एक ही वस्तु है? क्या वो एक ही चीज है? क्या वो एक ही परिस्थिति है? नहीं, it is beyond that. So just not the sky. The sky is huge. कब होगा? I see Krishna and I fall in love with it. No problem. वो भी काफी है. It's enough टू ट्रांसेंड मी। मैंने उसे देखा, वाओ हाउ ब्यूटीफुल इट इज, मातृत्व भाव जागा, वाओ लिटिल कृष्णा, प्रेम भाव जागा, यंग कृष्णा। लेकिन उसी ने फिर ज्ञान दिया। क्या मार्ग बताया उसने? चारों मार्ग बता दिए। So similarly, when I fall in love with Krishna, that is at a level where I see him even present with me right now in this world. मतलब मैंने भगवान को घर में बुला लिया है, भगवान मेरे घर आ गए हैं तो प्रेम हो जाता है। जैसे सबरी के घर राम आए, उसी तरीके से when the divine is here at my home in this form that I see, उससे प्रेम किया जा सकता है। उसे जाप मतलब जो जैसे आप भक्ति मूवमेंट कहते हो ना, भक्ति मार्ग में वो चला जा सकता है। लेकिन अपरा मार्ग जो है वो क्या है? वो अज्ञेय है, मतलब आप नॉर्मल बुद्धि से नहीं जान सकते। उसको जानने के लिए आपको विशेष बुद्धि की जरूरत होती है, स्पेशल नॉलेज। तो वो ज्ञान मार्ग से जाता है। लेकिन आप किसी भी मार्ग से शुरू करो, वेदर यू टेक द पाथ ऑफ लव इन द फॉर्म ऑफ भजन, कीर्तन, नृत्य जो करते हो, या तो आप ज्ञान मार्ग से चलो, ये सारे मार्ग एक ही जगह पहुंच जाएंगे। दे विल ऑल टेक यू टू द अल्टीमेट सेम स्पेस। आपकी भक्ति आपको ज्ञान बुद्धि कर देगी, आपका ज्ञान आपको उससे मिला देगा, या तो आपका ज्ञान आप में प्रेम पैदा करेगा, वही प्रेम आपको उससे मिला देगा। इज ऑल द सेम। So whichever path you choose, whichever part you play, remember, ultimately, it's all drama. Now coming back to the story that I started with, बेचारी माया, यही था ना कहानी। बेचारी माया, उसे तो पता भी नहीं है कि उसके जीवन में इतनी तकलीफें हैं, जब तक मैंने नहीं लिखा कि उसके जीवन में तकलीफें हैं। I started that Maya is a beautiful, happy, chirping girl. बहुत खुश। Then I asked, but deep in sorrow. किसने लिखा ये कहानी को? माया के जीवन में बदलाव किसने लाया? मैंने ना, लेखक हूं ना, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता। मैं वो नहीं लिख के मैं ये लिख सकता था, माया को भगवान मिल गए। Then what is the story? The story changes. Who is the creator of the story? लेकिन बेचारी माया को क्या लग रहा होगा? जो कैरेक्टर माया उसमें बनी है, उसको लग रहा है मैं कितनी दुखी हूं। इज इट रियली? वैसे जब आप अपने जीवन में देखते हो, व्हेन यू आर लुकिंग एट योर लाइफ, कितनी दुखी हूं मैं कहां फंसी हूं, मैं कहां अटक गई हूं, क्या मुझे मोक्ष मिलेगा? ये कहानियां कौन लिख रहा है बैठ के? हु इज राइटिंग ऑल दिस? Who is creating all this drama? What are you looking at? You are crying. What are you looking at? Laughing. आपको जैसे होता है ना हरि भाई, sugar cane juice is converted into sugar. The sugar has all the elements of sugar cane juice, but it does not look like. वो कोई भी तरीके से sugar cane juice जैसा नहीं दिखता है, but it has all the qualities of it. Similarly, when I look at you, you look like sweet sugar cubes filled with the juice of sugar cane, but you will never realize that you are that. क्या करना चाहिए फिर? Now go back to your source. That's what I speak of. Look back. Go back again. Now देखो भगवान बैठे हैं, धवल जी बोले ऑर्गेनिक वन, बाकी सिंथेटिक जो है वो और किसी चीज से बन रहे हैं। अब सिंथेटिक लोग भी बन रहे हैं, माइट बी फ्रॉम सम अदर कैरेक्टर, जिनको भगवान समझ में ही नहीं आता, वो सिंथेटिक के बने होंगे। आप लोग में थोड़ी सी मिठास बाकी है, इसीलिए आप मिठास क्या है समझ पा रहे हो। आप में थोड़ी सी भगवत कृपा बाकी है, इसलिए भगवत क्या है उसे जान पा रहे हो। एंड माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, let me give the ultimate statement for this day, and you should keep it with you forever. I said the character that is just a character in the game will never see or know its creator. But if the creator has entered into the game, it knows and can know itself when even if it is playing the character. Yes? So the same rule applies to you. Are you just a character created by the creator, or you are the creator who has taken a character? Because if you just are a character, you will never know. But if you are the creator and have just taken a character, there is a possibility to realize your own self. And when you are sitting here and understanding all this, that itself proves that you are not just a character. All the characters are still sleeping at home. The creator is awake. The creator is finding his way back home. The creator is looking at its source. It's not to put sweet in your mouth. No. I just want to make you realize that if you are sitting here, मनुष्य जन्म में बहुत ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है. मनुष्य जन्म में रह के जिसके अंदर भगवत जागृति हो गई, उसका जीवन बदल सकता है. और उसी के अंदर आता है जो वो है. बाकी सब कैरेक्टर है. राम, लक्ष्मण, सीता, शत्रुघ्न, भरत, हनुमान सब हैं, लेकिन राम राम है. वैसे ही आपके जीवन में सब हैं, लेकिन आप हो. लेकिन वो आप कौन हो? Because if you have started this path, that means that indicates that pull is there, that calling is there. Like attracts like, that what science says. Why are you liking God? The same language of science. मैं आपको unscientifically नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Science says like attracts like. So you are liking God. That means what you are. And the same rule applies. Somebody does not like God. Like attracts like. It never attracts unliking. तो वो material ही नहीं है वो. Synthetic, जैसे अभी धवल जी ने कहा. Pure versus synthetic. So take it this as an idea within yourself. That why am I on this path? Because आपने कभी ये सवाल नहीं पूछा कि मेरे अंदर ये कब जाग गया कि मैं उसके पीछे भागने लगी या भागने लगा. Why have I started running behind it? When the entire world speaks that you should be taking care of your world, why am I running away from this world towards something that I have not seen? I have fallen in love with someone whom I have never seen. And what is that calling that is there within me? Thank God you have a divine calling, because people only awake when they have nature calling. उनको और कुछ पता ही नहीं है. When nature calls, they run to the washroom. That's it. That's the only thing that they know. Thank God you are not only nature's call, you are divine's call. Okay? So ask yourself, what is this drama? कौन फंसा हुआ है? कौन फिसल जाता है? Like every time, like मैं ना वहां पहुंच गई थी, फिसल गई. क्या? कौन फिसला? Can you see? It is just like I writing one more sentence in the story. I write, Maya fell down. Similarly, all the story that you are creating, मैं पहुंच नहीं पाऊंगा. Whose story? अरे भाई, if you are the creator, write that I have already reached. And start from there. कहीं जाना नहीं है, कहीं आना नहीं है, कहीं फिसलना नहीं है, कुछ जानना नहीं है, कुछ पाना नहीं है, कुछ खोना नहीं है. Nothing is there. I am the ultimate. If you ask me to write a story about me, I will write this one statement. I am that. बाकी आप जो कहानी लिखना है लिख दो। ये देखो, माया फेल डाउन, सेंटेंस ऑफ द सेंचुरी कहते हैं धवल जी, कि माया गिर गई है, आपके सामने झुकी पड़ी है, कोई औकात नहीं रही उसकी आपके सामने। और एक ही है जिसके सामने माया कुछ नहीं कर सकती, और वो ही है कृष्ण। राधे राधे। So I believe like some clarity or some thought process might have gotten into you again. So sweet little sugar cubes, remember, you came from sugar cane only. And as Dhavalji has clarified, you are not synthetic. You are pure. So may this purity of yours bloom, blossom, and you realize absolutely your true self. And then you merge completely back into the source. With this, I'd like to stop my words here. Thank you for your patience and your drama. है ना? थोड़ी देर में मुझे फिर फोन आएगा, मुझे ना लगता है मैं फिर फिसल गई। And then I look at her, my cute little sugar cube. कितने प्यारे हो, सब जान के भी अनजान बने बैठे हो। Knowingly playing, huh? No problem. हम भी खेलेंगे आपके साथ। Till you get that, I will be coming back. हर रूप में आऊंगा जिस रूप में आप समझ पाओगे। Sometime through stories, sometime through dialogues, sometime to mantras, sometime to puja, sometime just through meditation, and sometime in this physical form. I will keep on knocking at your door until you open it. Unlucky will be those who will never open the door. इसलिए हमने दीवार में कोई दरवाजे ही नहीं लगाए। I kept it open. बोला आते जाओ जाते जाओ। So thank you all. I believe like it was a worth thinking of. And now go back and ask this question to your own self. क्यों मुझे भगवत प्रेम है? Why am I attracted towards Shiva? Why am I on this path of spirituality? What is my name? Where have I come from? And that will lead to the pathway to your own home. And anyways, some people and we are going to Arunachalam this Saturday. It is just a pilgrimage. It's just a pilgrimage. It is not a retreat. Retreat are coming. I believe like most probably November 1st to 4th, we are going to Haridwar for a retreat. So Hari Bhai will be sharing the details. आभा जी बड़े खुश हैं, बोले कम से कम घर के पास तो आओ। आभा जी हमने जो कहा है हम करते हैं। Although by the grace of somebody else whom we will let you know later, but somehow the dates are fixed. Even the hotel has been fixed. The only thing is now Hari Bhai has to fix who is going. वो मेरा काम नहीं है, ठीक है, इस बार हरि भाई को पकड़ो। So there are few people, those who will be traveling with us for this Arunachalam trip just for Saturday, Sunday and Monday. And after that, I am planning another retreat, most probably in September. Then October, there would most probably will be a Mahasakti Sadhana. Then November, Haridwar. You see, your calendar is filled. That's what I said, no, कि आपको मौका ही नहीं दूंगा फिसलने का. ऐसे बांध के रख दूंगा उसके साथ कि दुनिया की रस्सी आपको बांध ना पाए. वकेशन, एब्सोल्युटली, मैं तो वकेशन में हूं, मेरे को कोई डाउट नहीं है. If you see my calendar, it absolutely looks not like a life, it looks like a vacation. And that's why my bag is always packed. अब अभी बोलो, मैं अभी निकलने को तैयार हूं. उसे इसीलिए मैंने कह रखा है, तू अभी बोल, मैं अभी निकलने को तैयार हूं. छोटी सी पोटली है, बैगेज है नहीं, निकल जाएंगे, उसमें क्या है. सो यू नो whom to catch hold of now, right? मैं नहीं, हरि भाई. अब हरि भाई बोलेंगे अच्छा फंसाते हो तुम. Now Hari Bhai's call center will open because the phones will start ringing. From Anna to Bhaiya, every type of name will be called. So Hari Bhai, have a great game today. Thank you all. Aham Brahmasmi.